First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Los Angeles Rams and the Detroit Lions. It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in week 4. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Throwing Jones. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down. Now the first carry for Cam Akers. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The Lions at 3-0 here in the month of September. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight. And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon. Now this throw caught left side. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play. Right back to Judy, and it's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. They'll run here with Akers. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Cam Akers with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are on the board first here this afternoon. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground. And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Stafford. Bats out to the flat for Edmonds. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive. And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, this defense for the Lions, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona. And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out. And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run with a big back, A.J. Dillon. He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. Second down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford. And this is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 36 yards on the play.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Stafford. A quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. A.J. Dillon. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Extra point good by Hopkins. And we are tied at 7.
Ties the game at 7.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Detroit. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Jet sweep to start the drive. And it's a fumble. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Well, this jet sweep is so popular now in football, but Charles, here's the downside, a turnover.
Yeah, because you want so badly to get the ball in the hands of your receivers, let them try and create something. I think that...
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. A first carry now for Chase Edmonds. This time, good ball security and a good result. 1st and 10.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Stafford will get this underneath to Edmonds. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10. Now it's Stafford. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
50-50. 32.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Stafford. His throw incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. To the air again, Stafford. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Amani Oruwariye. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Jones. This will be caught. Judy. Touchdown. Jerry Judy. His first touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
Now on 2nd and 13, Stafford. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks. And he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Well, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Going right back to Akers. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I thought that was a completed pass until he came in and forced the ball from his hands. Not only did he make a nice play, he brings up fourth down.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here. There he goes, right side. The 30. Past the 20. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20.
I think we got to give a lot of credit here to the coaching staff on this one. Long field goals. Really long field goals. Sometimes you get a chance to have a return, as we just saw there, but that means you've had to practice that and also have the right people on the field. I think you change what you do here, don't you, Brandon?
Yeah, and the formula certainly worked. Now, you're going to have good field position anyway on the long field goal try. Now with a block on the return, they're in great shape.
Yeah, I love what they did. Instead of just having their normal field goal block unit on, it was almost like they had the punt return team on there. Faster, more agile guys on the field, because the guys covering are usually the big guy.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. From 10 yards out. And the Rams have got it back to within a score. Hopkins with the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. The field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
Jones throwing on first down. That pass caught. It's Williams. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
From the 38, Jones. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. Running right, here's Dillon. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They'll run here with Dillon. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal.
22! Zebra!
They'll try the air now with Stafford. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. picked by Tracy Walker. And the Lions are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Well, I would guess that combined, if you spoke to both defenses, neither side has a lot to celebrate today. They haven't had a lot of stops, but that one right there, that's a big one because they stole points away with that play. And just as importantly, picked up a key stop on an offense that's been really impressive here in the early going.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And Jones will hit the deck here, and he is able to pick up the first down. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance, knew it wasn't third down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
That's out to the flat for Akers. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Rams are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. After the interception, here's Stafford. On the screen, this is Edmonds. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
32.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Stafford on the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Basically, you're not going to outwork 2 guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
That's complete to Edmonds, his running back. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that'll bring them back within 4. Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just 1 snap of the football. And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? This fielded right at the goal line. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Jones. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain there of 21 yards. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. A give up the middle to Akers. And he's got room. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 76 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Off the option, here's Akers. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
From the gun on 3rd down. Jones. He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. And in for the Lions touchdown. Cam Akers. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Lions have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And there he goes again. He will take this all the way. Touchdown.
Again, helping partner, I get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games at a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this. Extra point good by Hopkins, and that gives him a 3-point lead. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. So not his arm, but hurting him with his legs. A gain of 19 on the keeper and a first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Now Jones on first down. He'll get that complete to Albert O. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be second down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
From just shy of midfield, Jones. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true.
Here's Jones on first and 10. Steps away to his left. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's first and goal. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. 92 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Foreman going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. Looking to throw. Jones. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Last time I remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it. And he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? Off of play action. Here's Stafford. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 35-yard line. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired. On first down, Stafford here. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Second down and 3.
At the 17-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And this is going to be intercepted. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. 20. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. In a tie game fourth quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick six hurt, no doubt, but this is still a one-score game here in the fourth. They'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
The Rams on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Here's Stafford. He's got him in. Complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Big plays back and forth just continue. Both offenses excelling.
And I hear the excitement in your voice while you're calling this game. This hurts my soul as a defensive player, watching these teams go up and down the field and put points on the board.
Do me a favor the rest of the way. Sit back, relax, and just appreciate the offensive dominance that's going on out here.
I'll give it a shot.
And my goodness, another interception. There he goes, right side. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only do they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way into the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and the guy made the play. He gets the points. It really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation, time in the film room, it translated into a big play. They put points on the board for their team.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know what he thinks going on out there, CD.
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he is going to have the Rams first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Stafford. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. And now here's another interception. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Now left side on the swing pass. And some room to maneuver. And they'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
They'll run on first down with Akers. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. Throwing, Jones. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Patterson's kick is good. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play. to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Tracy Walker. And the Lions are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. And they will take a knee here. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ballgame.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Detroit, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for L.A., they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots.